Hi, welcome to Footeloose's Travel and Adventure channel. Thanks for joining us. Today we are at St. Edward's State Park in Kenmore, Washington. This park has a lot of stuff to offer, and so I broke it up into two different videos. This video is focusing on the lodge itself. The lodge has a really interesting history. At one time, this lodge was originally built as a Catholic seminary. So in this video, what I'm covering is the idea behind it, the building of the seminary, life in the seminary as a priest, future priest, and what the lodge has to offer today. So come along, join us in this adventure and learn a little bit about the lodge at St. Edward State Park. Thanks. St. Edward's Seminary in the beginning and planning. Bishop Edward O'Day felt the need to create a Catholic seminary around Seattle, Washington as early as the 1920s, because by 1896, the Northwest had 46 Catholic churches and less than 20 priests. Seeing a strong need, O'Day dedicated his life and most of his personal wealth to developing the seminary in this area. In 1925, he climbed atop a large stump, surveyed the lakefront view, and proclaimed, "This is where we will build the seminary." During the Depression, Bishop O'Day raised $100,000 and the diocese secured a loan for $200,000. Renowned Seattle architect John Graham was hired to design the buildings and site. The original design was to include 4 buildings. Built between February and September 1931, it grew from a 6-year seminary to the only fully accredited 12-year seminary in the United States at that time. The building is made of poured concrete and stone. Lumber used to make the forms and other items as needed was cut and milled right on the property. A time capsule containing certain objects was sealed and laid on October 13, 1930. The seminar closed in 1976 due to declining enrollment. Archbishop Raymond Hudhausen had a vision of preserving the grounds as a state park. Rather than sell the property to the highest bidder, he approached then Washington Governor Dixie Lee Ray and worked with the state to secure national and state funding for the park. St. Edward's Seminary was purchased in 1977. In April 2007, the seminary was listed on the National Register of Historic Places. After not getting much use over the years, the buildings needed a sizable renovation. The focus was to remain the original aesthetics blending modern designs. Daniels Real Estate, a firm renowned for historic preservation work, was awarded the contract. Daniels Real Estate finalized a public-private partnership in 2017 to preserve and transform the building into the lodge at St. Edward State Park. The roof, original windows, and exterior facade were carefully restored. The interior design was developed to inspire a Pacific Northwest lodge. Life in the seminary. As an accredited 12-year seminary, St. Edward's Seminary trained future priests for the Pacific Northwest. Life in the seminary was very structured. Their days were a very regimented life of prayer, study, and recreation. There was fun too. Some of the boys, they even bought a Volkswagen Bug. Strictly forbidden, of course, and hid it in the woods. When they wanted to go into town for fun, the students picked up the lightweight car, carried it to the road, and drove off, sharing the secret hiding place with each senior class, bequeathing it to the next class upon graduation. The boys sometimes even hid forbidden magazines under their closet drawers. Students had to observe what was called grand silence from 9 p.m. until early morning. Among the seminary guests were the Trapp family singers, the ones, who inspired the sound of music. They stayed here and sang for the boys in 1956. Food was prepared by French-Canadian nuns who lived in a private area on the second floor above the kitchen. They had private rooms, a community room, a common bathroom, along with a private chapel. The lodge at St. Edward currently. The time capsule, sealed on October 13, 1930, was opened on April 29, 2021, before the lodge at St. Edward opened on May 7, 2021. The honors of opening the copper time capsule box and removing its contents went to Seth Dolby, the Archdiocese Director of Archives and Record Management. Items that were removed have been returned to the Archdiocese. There is a complete list of items in the comments below. Daniel's Real Estate's renovation proposal, which had emerged as the most feasible, negotiated an agreement where the building would be restored and become a hotel with a spa and a restaurant. The lodge at St. Edward Park has 84 spacious guest rooms and suites, a large restaurant, 2 bars, a spa, a fitness center, 9,000 square feet of meeting and event space, and more located in this gorgeous natural settings. Rooms include Tonsorium Bar, named after the Latin word for barber, Father Mulligan's Bar, named after the seminary's first rector, Cedar plus Elm Historic Restaurant, which features menus inspired by the Pacific Northwest seasons of the year, was originally the restaurant for the seminary as well. There is also the Viva Nova Spa, which creates experiences that rejuvenates the entire body. The lodge at St. Edward State Park is located in the surrounding forest, has miles of trails, sits on 3,000 linear feet of Lake Washington coast. Come, hike, run, paint, birdwatch, study native growth, or just sit quietly and immerse yourself in nature. The main upper hall and basement hall showcases rotating artist shows. The lodge at St. Edward State Park also hosts a rotating Artists in Residence program. The Artists in Residence gives demonstrations plus teaches public and private lessons to guests and community members. Artwork from the Pacific Northwest artists can be purchased through the Catalyst Fine Art website, whose link is below as well. The lodge at St. Edward's Park hosts a wide variety of special events, which includes the July Free Concert Series, the Scandia Midsummer Fest, an annual car show, yoga, game nights, happy hours, live music, just to name a few. If you want to arrive in style or take a swanky tour in a special car, in one of the few remaining 1938 Pontiac stretch limousines. He comes complete with a personal chauffeur. What a classy ride. The lodge at St. Edward State Park is a full-service lodge. Not only is this a lodge you can come in to relax and celebrate, you can also book your meetings, weddings, or trainings here with the helpful staff. If you would like to be married at this beautiful historic lodge, you can have your ceremony in several locations in the lodge or on the grounds. For a special treat, you might think about reserving the grotto. To reserve the grotto, you need to contact the park ranger, whose phone number is also in the comments. So that's about it for tuning in. I appreciate everything that you guys do, and thank you for being part of Footeloose's travel and adventure channel. Take care.